Greetings, comic friends. It is Wednesday, so it is time for TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. The best day of the week, the day for new comics. And, man, have you heard the good news? Have you heard the good news? Here's my good news. Oh, that slim boy. Look at that slim little nothing. Oh, back in the day, I would see this stack and I would be sad. Like, oh, man, I need to go buy more stuff. I need to subscribe to more stuff. Times change. Times change as you reprioritize things and make choices and come to self-realizations, all that. This is the happy day. My target is 10 books a week. This is 9. Now, this may just also be a small week. If next week ends up being bigger, I'm not going to be too upset about it. I know that there's some still stuff that's going on and small weeks happen. But this I'm happy. And this even has something I pulled off the shelf. Can you believe it? My normal pull was only 8 books. But let's start with what I pulled off. Now, to be fair, the thing that I pulled off the shelf was something that I thought I had ordered, and that is Demon Days Mariko. I had wanted to get, the Demon Days Psylocke. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story, enjoyed the art. Momoko is doing great on both, or did great on both on Psylocke. So I decided I wanted to get all these Demon Days. It turns out it's hard to subscribe to all Demon Days because it's not one title. Each one is sort of its own individual solicit. So I thought I had them all coming, but I didn't. So this I had to pull off the shelf, which wasn't hard. There's plenty of them. I'm not too worried about it. But I think I have it taken care of for the future. That I'll get the future ones, however many there end up being. So I'm excited for that. It feels like it's been maybe 2 months or so, maybe more, since the Psylocke one came out. But it has so much going for it. It's mostly X-Men stuff, I believe, which isn't really my big bag, but it is sort of alternate universe in the past sort of stories using characters or versions of characters that we know, and I think that alone is super fun, right? It's kind of a what if. There's a lot of what ifs of, in this character sort of set in the past. So it speaks to my love for that sort of thing. Next up, Ultra Mega. I'm kind of wavering on this. I might drop this. When I got the first issue, I really, really liked it. The second issue was okay. When I read the third issue, I don't know. I guess maybe I missed something, but I didn't really feel I understood what was going on. Maybe the first issue had a lot of punch, but then I guess maybe the story isn't sticking with me as much as I hoped. So I'll read issue 4, just to give it another shot. But I might end up dropping this, which is, it is too bad. I was really, really excited about that first issue. I wasn't planning on wanting to subscribe to it, but then when I read it, this is great. But I don't know if it's really followed through to what that first issue was. Number 3 is the Silver Coin. I am on the fence about this one. I'll probably give this, I'm guessing. No, wait. I think it did get extended to being a ongoing series instead of just a limited, because of the success of the first issue. We'll see how this goes. I really liked the first issue, like a lot. The second issue I liked. I don't think it really paid homage to the hook of that. It's all these individual horror stories revolving around this silver coin. The coin wasn't very prominent in the second issue. The second issue could have happened without the coin. The first issue could not have happened without the coin. So I hope that the coin is something important in here. Like that's the hook of it, right? Is that there's this thread that's going through all the stories. So I feel it needs to be true to that thread. But I guess even if it doesn't, if the stories are good, the stories are good. It is a rotating cast or rotating set of artists on it, writers and artists. So as it goes through, it could be hit and miss. You never know. Next, I have Nottingham. I don't have anything else to say I haven't said about this. It's a dark, bloody, evil take on Robin Hood, and since issue 1, it's been great. So I'm excited to read more of that. I don't know how long that's supposed to go on, but I'll hang on to it for as long as it does, assuming it keeps up the same amount of quality. Heroes Reborn number 7, The World of No Return. So, is this the last issue? So each issue before has been centered on a specific member of the Squadron Supreme. We've already seen issues with these characters, so maybe this is it. Which seems weird because the overall backup story doesn't seem to have gotten very far. And 7 issues seems like a weird place to end. So I'm not real sure on that. But these have been fun. As I mentioned before, I just recently read the original 12-issue maxi series of Squadron Supreme when I was out of town, and it was great. So to be able to come back and just jump right into more updated Squadron Supreme has been fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, Fantastic Four, The Marriage of Doom, The Bride of Doom, which is Doom getting married. Maybe. We'll see if it actually happens. The previous issue was great. I loved it. It's been a while since Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four I think has always been good. At times it's great, but it's always been good, and sometimes good isn't always really enough. Or maybe just say good has been just enough, I should say. But when Fantastic Four is great, it is great. And I think this story is going to be great. If the first issue in this story was any indicator, I think this is going to be a great issue. The idea is great. Him bringing in Reed, it's like, hey, arch enemy, you're the person that knows me the best. I'm getting married. You're my best man. It was pretty fantastic. Berserker, this is another book. I feel like it's been a long time since the last issue, since issue 2. I'll have to get caught up as I do usually out of context on what exactly is going on. I don't remember. That's sort of the problem when a small amount of content that fits into a comic only comes out once a month, and you read 50 other comics in between. Then you tend to kind of like, what was going on in these 20-some pages a month ago? You got to pick it up from context. So with books like this, like I remember that I liked it. I couldn't tell you exactly what's going on, but I can usually jump back into it pretty well by context clues and things like that. Next we have Alien issue 4. I continue liking this. I recently spoke with my friend Champ, who you may know from Talk Comics to Me. If you don't, check out Talk Comics to Me on Instagram. It is Champ and Heather every Wednesday or Thursday-ish talking about the books that they picked up that week, and they read them before they do the show, so they kind of give a breakdown of them. So check out that show if you haven't. I did an interview with them a while ago. I think towards the beginning of pandemic times? I can't quite remember. Anyway, check them out. What was I thinking? Champ. I was talking with Champ, and they asked me about what I thought of Aliens, and I said I think it's great. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I love the Alien franchise, and I'm enjoying the book. And they came back with how they were really not enjoying it. That the story seemed a bit too dry, too basic. That the art felt, I can't remember the exact word they used, but but it kind of like the stilted, like it felt kind of stilted. And I didn't get that, so I'm gonna go in and read this with that in mind and see if I see that again. What was it? My joy of the Alien franchise put the rose-covered glasses on for me, and I was like, "Yay, Alien!" And maybe I'm fooling myself. I don't know, but I'm gonna look for that when I read this issue. And last, but certainly not least, is Venom 35 Legacy 200. So this is it. This is the end of the Donny Cates Venom run. I don't think when we next see Venom, I believe it's going to be in a new #1. I don't know when that's going to be. It's supposed to be Al Ewing that is taking over the title, which I'm very excited about. This has been a ride, and we all know the Venom hype that was around for quite a while. I think it's died down quite a bit as things, questions got answered and things got wrapped up. But it was a great series, a great run, a lot of nice revelations. The character of Venom and Eddie Brock, we have some major changes that are going to probably impact things going forward. I think there is a question of who is going to be Venom going forward. I hear it's supposed to be Dylan, and I don't know if that's rumor or that's confirmed. I'm not sure. I know Eddie died and then came back, and I don't remember exactly where that all is. But this is a nice square-bound, beefy issue. So I like it when things wrap up. It's not. I've been enjoying Venom. On one hand, I am sad to see it go and not have Donny Cates on it, because he has been knocking it out of the park. But at the same time, he had a story to tell, and he told it. To his credit, right? This is a story I want to tell, and it started it was basically the same story all the way through. It's all about Null. He had this story to tell. It took him 35 issues, and once he's done with it, he's like, all right, that's my story. Put me on something else. I respect that. Maybe he could have dragged it on, okay, I guess I could crab something else out. Let me think of something. But he didn't. He told a story. He moves on. Cool. I'm okay with that. And that's all. I didn't get anything else. No other trades. No other little pops or toys or whatever. It was actually a fairly cheap week. I haven't had a week this cheap in quite a while. But a nice little chunk of books, manageable. If you're curious from last week, I did finish reading the Volume 5 of Amazing Spider-Man. The Epic Collection of Amazing Spider-Man, which is great. I had mentioned there's no Volume 6, so I had to go back and look what exactly, and there is a Volume 7, and I have Volume 7. This is just extra bonus content again. You can stop if you want. You could have stopped at any time, I suppose. So I had to go and what's in between, what would be in Volume 6? What would be in Volume 6? Because I have the full run, so we're getting to later issues, so this ends on issue 85, so I might be okay with actually pulling out issues starting around 86 or so. Some issues I don't want to read or can't read because they might be slabbed, so I had to go and think what am I okay reading all these individual issues, and I'll be okay for the most part. I believe Amazing Spider-Man 101 would be in there, which is the first Morbius, which I definitely have slabbed. But I think I understand why they haven't released a Volume 6, because the only book in there that is of real importance is that number 101. Not that there was anything major that happened in Volume 5. Anyway, so I'm probably going to have to read those in individual issues and maybe pick up a reprint of 101. But anyway, I'll be able to get through the new books this week pretty fast. So, and since that's done, I'll have to have something else. I was real excited about Eternals last week. I might jump into that. I might jump into something a little bit lighter and quicker. I don't know. I mean, Eternals, it's 20 some issues, and it's silverish bronze age in there, which can be heavy reads. I don't know. Anyway, the important thing is, because this week is light, I have options, and options are good. So that's it. I also say I did a really good job. There were things on the shelf that I wanted to pick up, some like number ones and stuff, and I didn't do it. Good job, me. So that is it. Let me know things that you got that I didn't get that maybe you think I should have gotten. Did I miss one of those number ones? It's supposed to be a really good series and I'm missing out. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I won't. Not that I don't believe you, but I just don't want to pick up many more issues. I don't know. But I'm curious. What came out that you're really excited about, whether I got it or not? Let me know in the comments. And let's have a conversation about it. But other than that, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you next week. Maybe this weekend. Depends if I have a video idea or something that comes up. We'll see. But either way, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.